So feeling good now is literally the secret manifestation sauce. And this is because we are living in a holodeck, okay? If you don't know what it is, it's from that movie Star Trek, I think it's called. Yeah, I mean, look it up, okay, on Google. I've made a previous video on this. I mean, the title also has holodeck in it, that we are living in a holodeck or something. You can look for it on my profile on TikTok. But yes, everyone is living in their own holodeck, okay, just like in a video game. And this is why feeling good now really matters, okay, because if we are living inside a simulation, and we are, because this has been proven by two physicists, they won a Nobel Prize for this, that reality isn't locally real in 2022. So reality is a simulation, and we are, according to Bashar, and personally I believe him, so we are living inside our own holodeck, okay? Each individual themselves is living inside their own holodeck. So we are not experiencing the same reality, okay? Each one of us is having their own reality experience, okay? Even though it looks like we share the same reality, that is not the case, okay? So just like a character is inside their own game, when you're playing a video game, we are all playing the same game, you with your friends maybe playing the same game, but you're inside your own, like, room, I guess you could say, right? Inside your own holodeck, okay? That's how reality works. So this is why you could actually say that, reality is just like a mirror, okay? The universe mirrors your energy back to you, okay? So yeah, the analogy of, reality being like a mirror is basically the same thing as us, being inside a holodeck, okay? So I'm gonna explain why, okay? So basically, as I said before, the universe or this holodeck mirrors back your energy, okay? And also, when you're in front of a mirror, you cannot expect, the mirror to smile back unless you do, right? Because you're just seeing your own reflection, right? So if you want the mirror to change, you must change. So it's the same thing with our reality, okay? Or this holodeck that we're inside in. So when you want to see a different reflection, your energy has to change, okay? So this holodeck basically magnifies your own energy, okay? So it responds to your emotions. So if you have a negative response to something, then it can only show, all the evidence in the world of why you feel that way, okay? So this is why we have something inside our brain that's called the RAS, and it can only show what you believe is already true, okay? So even our brain, this reticular activating system works in correspondence with how the universe or the simulation works, okay? So you're only ever encountering yourself, okay, in this game of life. So yes, you are experiencing yourself pushed out basically all the time, okay? All the people in your life, all your circumstances, they are you pushed out. So yeah, you can still experience negative things in your life even though you emit positive vibrations, okay? So what I want to encourage you to do is follow Bashar's formula of following your passion, okay? The formula itself is on his website, so you can just look it up very easily, but I promise you this is life-changing in many ways, okay? So yeah, it really allows you to, stay present in the moment, and also, for you to get towards your manifestations much faster and in the best ways possible, and for you to only experience positive things in your life, okay? And this is one of the most, essential things, because obviously we don't want to attract things that we don't want, right? And following your passion, okay, you may, struggle maybe a little bit with it in the beginning, but I promise you it's not that hard, okay? I mean, you have to remind yourself in the beginning, that you have to let go of all the resistance, right? To not have any insistence on any outcome. Okay, that's a big part also of the process. But really, when you learn how to, perfect this more and more, it becomes impossible for you to really manifest anything that you truly don't want, okay? Or for you to experience something that is really negative, okay? So yeah, that is why I want to say that, feeling good is important, yes, because what you put out is what you get back. But let's say, I want to give an example. So let's say you are with your friends in a car, you're on your way to a party, and you have a lot of fun with your friends, and the music is, very loud and all that. But the person who's driving is driving, not too carefully, maybe very recklessly. And although you're feeling good, you're having fun, maybe you're not paying much of attention to how the driver is driving. um, See, if you are following your passion, okay, in those moments, then you're much less likely, like, unless it's really your destiny, okay, to really, like, you're much less likely to actually, have a car crash or something like very, um, very, devastating like that, compared to when you are not following your passion, as he calls it, or following your inspiration. So it's an exact formula. Again, I encourage you to look it up and to really apply this to your life, okay? Because it's how creation works, basically. When you follow this formula, there's, you know, very little that can really go wrong in your life, okay? The more you perfect it, the less negative things you will experience in your life, okay? So yeah, obviously, feeling good is wonderful, but you still want things to work out in your way, in your life, the way you want. So that's why I'm giving this away to you. Personally, what I do is I follow Bashar's formula of following your passion, because this is very important actually, because it's really about, how the structure of reality works. I've experienced this myself, so I believe him, and that's why I follow his formula, but also because when I was under the influence of psychedelics, I also, I've proven this to myself that this really is how, existence basically works. I mean, how creation works, right? So, I mean, they're not really the same thing, right? Existence, creation. But what I mean is that, if you follow the formula, okay, then you will always be in flow state, okay? You will never be out of alignment with your true core vibration, and therefore it becomes impossible for you to really experience something that is truly negative, okay? So yeah, then also I always keep my beliefs in check. If something is out of alignment, I instead focus on what I want, and I don't give any more attention, negative attention to what I don't want, like, obviously, right? So that's what, everyone should do. Don't hold on to negative beliefs, but, change them, focus on what you want, and keep going with the flow, okay? So, yeah, going with the flow is very important, okay? Like, I don't mean this in like, like, oh, yeah, everything will work out, just go with the flow. Like, yes, I mean, it does work like that. When you go with the flow, everything must, work out much easier and effortlessly. But the reason why is because, yeah, when you're going against the flow, then you are swimming upstream, okay? So there's a natural there is a current, okay, in creation that already knows where it needs to go. So when you are moving with your own current in creation, that basically means going with the flow, then you are moving with that positive stream, okay? and you are moving much faster actually to getting what you want, instead of, when you are not present in the moment. Okay, so going with the flow keeps you present in the moment, which is very essential, to, manifesting anything you want more, in a more balanced way.